Hi guys, nice backdrop for my vlog, right? So I decided to vlog today because I had some time to do a little bit of research, but also I was getting so many requests and asking what my status was. So I just decided to do it today, and I will update after I talk to the doctor tomorrow. So I have a lot of questions about what has happened. But anyway, to start out this vlog really great, the good news first is that my cancer is receding. And they did a whole lymph node mapping again on the lymph nodes that were affected and infected with the cancer. But also they did a whole presentation like up on the screen and everything of my lymph nodes when they measured them before and when they measured them after. I mean, come on, what kind of awesome service and awesome, thorough investigation into how they've changed. So there have been probably about half my lymph nodes that are infected that have gone down in size. This one that has been swollen since I left Cancun in May, it's a little bigger actually, but it's because it's swollen from my immune response and there's fluid in it, meaning that's cancer die-off. So the doctor was really excited and said that my cancer is receding and everything I'm doing is working. So you can't get too hung up on a scan, really. I was really upset after the PET scan because I wanted to see more results. But you really just can't, because you have to go in and do further investigation, and an ultrasound is the way to go. So there's that. So that's really good. So the plot thickening, where things have changed, and I might be unlocking some genetic information for my family, and that's probably on my father's side because both my grandmother and grandfather had different cancers. But I very well could have Lynch Syndrome. Now, what is Lynch Syndrome? Lynch Syndrome is basically the DNA repair that your body does every single day is a little faulty in my body. It means that it doesn't clean up the cells very well. So I am at high risk for many different cancers: uterine, stomach, colon, all those. I started with colon. I think Lynch syndrome usually shows up when you've had colon cancer first. If you have that gene in your family, it is hereditary, and there's really ways, basically, of lifestyle in dealing with it. So that's the next point I want to make, is that Hope for Cancer actually designed a whole protocol now in dealing with that genetic mutation. I vlogged before that the cancer in my lymph nodes, to the doctor that had looked at my PET scan and evaluated it, because they get doctors to look at the PET scan and evaluate it. Not my doctor, but he's gonna look at the scans himself and get his own opinion. But the doctor who looked at it said it looked like lymphoma. And that means that the cancer has mutated, which alerted them to the fact that I might have Lynch syndrome. So it's a whole new ball game, and I have more investigation to do about Lynch syndrome, and I want to get tested thoroughly. That's the thing I want to ask my doctor tomorrow, is when my tumor was genetically tested, was it tested, did it test positive for the genes, the mutation that is identified with Lynch syndrome? So I have to just make 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure in my brain because he told me a lot of information. And so I'm, a few things stuck, and so I'm writing down questions to ask him. So I'm going to find out tomorrow if he is 100% sure, and if he's not, he suspects, then I will go get tested for Lynch syndrome. It is a bummer because I am at higher risk for a lot, but lifestyle, believe me, your genes, you tell your genes how to express themselves. You don't have to just sit with a gene and think that you're going to get cancer, but through your lifestyle, you tell those genes how to express themselves. So through lifestyle and diet and supplementation and working out, all those things can, dictate how, the mutant gene, expresses itself. So they've created a whole new protocol for me, which I'm just going to read off the list. But they want me to do ozone, which I would have to get a machine. And this is basically, ozone gas is oxygenation to the body, and it's rectal ozone. So you would stick it. I know that's not comfortable to talk about, but I've been wanting to get one since I was diagnosed, and I just never have. And he's going to give me some information on getting one of those. There is a shot protocol that I would be doing more shots. I'm coming off the Suni Vera. I'm going to be doing the Salgina, which is Salgena protocol, which is shots, and a spray. And the spray, I believe, is shark spleen. Now, sharks supposedly don't have cancer, and this has been studied. Japan, and I think China, of course, is really into this. Now, before all you PETA lovers come after me for taking shark spleen, I asked him if it was responsibly sourced, and he said yes. So I don't want any comments about doing shark spleen. Okay, I'm trying to heal myself. So, all right. So I continue on the infrared lights. I'm going to continue on the dry sauna. I am going to be giving myself B complex shots, 10,000 units every 10 days. Some of these I don't really know what they are, so I don't really want to try to explain. And resveratrol, I'm continuing to do. Curcumin, he wants me to do curcumin powder in olive oil or coconut milk, a conductor, 4 times a day, because the inflammation in my body won't come down, or it hasn't gotten a whole lot better, even though my cancer has healed a little bit, but it hasn't. My inflammation needs to come down. There's a thing called SAM-E, and I haven't really looked into that yet. He wants me to do the vitamin D3, K2, 5 sprays 3 times a day. I was only doing that once a day and taking vitamin D in the morning. But my vitamin D is over the high point on the chart, but people with cancer, they want you higher. And then some of the things that I was doing before, I'll continue doing. Also, in dealing with this possible genetic predisposition, he has made me out a new workout, and it includes more cardio, but less high heart rate cardio. I have a really high heart rate when I do cardio, and I can get into like anywhere from 145 to 160, 165 really, really easy. And he does not want me going over 150, because that stress on the body, it actually puts stress on your heart and can make the inflammation stay. So I want to bring down inflammation in my body in working out differently. But what the isometrics do is it brings blood to the muscle, and it's basically holding positions. Like I did one where I sat against the wall, you know, like you're on a chair and you're against the wall and you're pushing against the wall. That is that's an isometrics, and you have to count to 30. He wants me to do it 30 seconds to a minute. It's really difficult, and I'm sure it's going to be working all new muscles for me. So I'm interested in learning all about it, though, because if it's going to help my position in this genetic mutation, then I'm all for it. It says that isometric training is that the body is able to activate nearly all of the available motor units, something that is usually very difficult to do. So that's another question I have for the doctor, is how does this affect me genetically, like working out this way? So I'm glad I'm seeing the doctor twice. If I can tell anybody on your checkup to spend enough days down here that you can see the doctor twice, because we don't get to talk to these doctors outside of coming down here and going to the clinic, because they just have too many patients, and so follow-up would be so difficult to do. So you have to, you know, think about the questions that you want to ask, and then, you know, come back to him with those. So I'm glad I'm down here for a week. It made it so much better, because 2 to 3 days and then you leave after you've talked to them. I don't know. For me, I just want to understand it a little better. So that is it. I will be giving you updates after tomorrow, after I talk to him, to have a better comprehension of this Lynch syndrome. I hope that any family members watching this are not alarmed. Please don't go test yourself until I have figured it out and tested. If I test positive for Lynch syndrome, and you guys, speaking to my family, if you guys want to know if you have it, then go get tested. But for now, just chill, relax, watch my updates, wait till my results. Okay, you guys, thanks for watching I Healed My Body, and I will talk to you later. Bye.